Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires, planets align.
Scotland invites you, our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
A homecoming to celebrate all that we are. Countless events, parties near and far.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.
Good evening and welcome to the International Hockey Centre here in Glasgow for live and exclusive FIH TV coverage of the Women's Champions Challenge 1. It's quarter-final stage here, and in front of us the teams lining up are South Africa and hosts Scotland.
Welcome to today's third quarter-final between South Africa and Scotland. Let's welcome them onto the pitch.
The teams take to the field for the pre-match ceremony, and as they do, we can remind ourselves of what's been happening over the course of today. So 2 quarter-finals gone already, and in the opening match of the day, a shock victory for the Irish over two pre-tournament favourites, Korea. 2-1 Ireland, an absolutely fantastic result for the Irish, who've been threatening a good result all through the course of the pool stage, but they've made good on that in the most emphatic way imaginable. Belgium then again probably fancied against Spain and defeated on penalties in the match that just finished this afternoon, and now we have South Africa, Scotland before finishing off the day with India against the USA. There's the route to the quarterfinals for these two teams. South Africa opened their account with a draw against Ireland, then victory over the USA, draw against Spain, undefeated up until this point in the competition. Can they keep that going? Scotland opened their account with a loss to Belgium, conceding a 1-0 half-time lead, then an emphatic 4-0 win over India, and then last night's hard-fought 2-2 draw against Korea. So today's coverage is brought to you by Scottish Hockey in collaboration with their event partners, Glasgow Life, Event Scotland, NCS, Ginger Grouse, Hero and the Government of Argentina. And we're grateful for their support in bringing you this fantastic event live and exclusive on FIH TV. And of course, all through the week, we've also been asking you at home to play your part in the coverage, to tell us what you think about your team's chances. And we've been delighted to receive your tweets from all over the world, from South Africa, from the US, from France and Belgium, from Ireland, and of course from here in Scotland as well. And if you want to contact us today, you can do so at FIH_hockey, and the hashtag is CC1, Champions Challenge 1. So the Scotland players introduced in front of you by the venue PA. And we'll be going over the team sheet shortly, but before we do, just very quickly like to introduce our commentary team for today.
Number 22, Nicholas Preston. Number 23, Evan Dwyer. Number 24, Ivy Davis.
Our commentary team of Vishal Marwaha and Stephen Findlater. Stephen's joined us from Ireland and is over here to follow the Irish team. And Stephen, I was saying to you just before we came on air, it's obviously your empowering presence here that's brought the best out of your native team.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much probably the best performance that an Irish team has put in, certainly under Darren Smith, the new coach, but also probably for the last maybe 7 or 8 years. Beating Korea in normal time is pretty much as good as it gets for them, especially against a side so highly ranked. And
Vishal Marwaha, of course, ex-GB and former Scotland player. The two players we've just seen on our screen there are Susan McGilvery and Amy Gibson, receiving a bouquet of flowers to mark their 50th cap for their country. And just after the national anthems, I might ask you a little bit about their progress over the last few years. But First we'll hear the national anthem of South Africa. The South African national anthem, always observed so passionately by the team and coaching staff. And now Flower of Scotland. It's not proud Edward's army that these Scottish ladies are facing today. It is a proud South African one, and it'll be up to them to see in what mood they are sending them home at the end of this tournament. Let's quickly run through the teams, starting with South Africa. Squad list on your screen now, with the starting lineup: Marsha Cox, number 8, Shelley Russell, number 10, Dirkie Chamberlain, number 12, Lisa Marie Diedlefs, number 13, Annelle van Deventer in goals, number 21, Lanice Marais, number 22, Kathleen Turner, Benedict Costin, Kanita Bobbs, Taryn Bright and Soulette Dammons completing the lineup. And for Scotland, number 3, Vicky Bunce, number 4, Morag McLennan, number 8, Katrina Ralph, number 10, Sarah Robertson, the captain, Linda Clement, number 12, Lee Fawcett, number 15, Becky Merchant, 16, Susan McGilvery, 18, Nikki Lloyd, number 19, Emily Guire, 23, and the goalkeeper and 50th cap E, Amy Gibson, number 29. Teams are in their huddles. Vishal, just turning back to Amy Gibson and Susan McGilvery. Obviously, you've followed the Scottish women's progress for some time. It's great to see them win their 50th cap today.
Fantastic. Susan has progressed really well over the last few years and now is a regular in this team, very successful team. They've proven in the rankings they're doing really well, and Amy, much the same, has improved immensely over the last few years. She's plying her trade down south now, is now part of the GB training squad, so I'm sure it's just many more caps to come for both of them, hopefully.
And Stephen, you've been watching from home in Ireland, obviously. It's your first opportunity to be here live and be part of proceedings. What are you expecting from this evening's match?
Yeah, I mean, I think these two are really closely matched. There's quite a bit of a difference in the world rankings. South Africa being 11 and Scotland 16. But I do think this is Scotland's ranking is a little bit deceiving, really. They've given the kind of the way the GB ranking points are marked out. I think they're definitely performing at a much higher level and will be pushing the world's top 12 pretty much already at this stage.
Well, the third quarter-final is underway with Scotland going from right to left. And for the next 35 minutes, your commentary team is Vishal Marwaha and Stephen Findlater.
Yeah, South Africa getting right, and it's a goal already in the first minute. Shelley Russell, by the looks of things, she just raced into the circle straight from a 5-metre free. A little bit of a push, and then yeah, it just seems to deceive both the defender and the goalkeeper. Seemed a simple enough finish with a pretty soft goal. Both Merchant and the goalkeeper Amy Gibson both went for it. Neither of them could stop it, and it's just an incredible start after just 45 seconds for South Africa.
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing there, Steve, from Scotland's point of view. But the good thing is that we've still got the rest of the game to go. If you want to concede, you want to concede early. Yeah, well,
it continues a theme of early goals. Ireland were ahead after just about 2 minutes in their earlier game against Korea, and so I mean they had to hang on for a huge amount of time against Korea, eventually winning out 2-1 after shipping about 12 penalty corners. So I mean, there's plenty of time there for Scotland to get back into it, and I think they're more than capable of doing it. But it was a particularly soft goal. South Africa back in possession now. It's Taryn Bright there just winning the free on halfway. Linda Clement intercepting it. So they're working the wall down the right hand side. Shelley Russell is once again involved after her early goal. She managed to just keep that in. Scotland won't want to switch off once again from the 5-metre free as South Africa dangerous enough position, but they look like they've got a few hefty challenges in there to make sure that the ball stays out of the circle. Vicky Bunce under a bit of pressure there. They've worked that out fairly nicely. Up to Clement. So Vishal, tell me a bit about the psychology. If you go behind to an early goal, I mean, maybe your plans for the game. I mean, in your time with the Scottish international team, I mean, will this change your plans at all, or will you still try and stay with your same tactics that you'd gone out with just a few minutes earlier?
I think, from my experience, we tend to just stick with the same tactics. It's such a long time in the game to go. Hockey's such a fast game. There can be lots of goals, lots of instants. So it's important that you don't lose your composure and don't lose another one quickly, and you just keep to the game plan, keep things going.
South Africa again tried to work down the right wing there, but they just fired over the end line. However, Taryn Bright's intercepted once again, but she's just overcooked that pass across the circle, and Ilse Davis just missing out on that.
It was a good opportunity for her there. She had two options to the left-hand side, one being marked, one free, and it's just this one she wasn't able to connect from South African point of view.
Nikki Kidd taking the auto pass there, again working down the right wing. She's worked that ball into the middle, nice little layoff up, and Marsha Cox is intercepted there. It's Kidd once again battling through, and she's again her quick auto passes then causing a few problems there. She's working the ball nice and quickly up the pitch, but they have a nice free here, just a little bit outside the 25s. Could cause plenty of danger here. Cataraff just been asked to pull the ball a bit further forward so it can't go directly into the circle, and South Africa have intercepted through selected Damons. It's a bit of a speed merchant, but she wasn't given a chance to get away from the player there. And South Africa though have a chance to build. Lisa Detlefs at the back and get the ball going again. Cox again onto Bobs. Russell once more. Nice build up there. But unfortunately, there's just a bit of a push there, and that's given Scotland the free out after a nice interchange from South Africa, working up the pitch through Cox and Taryn Bright, two of their more experienced players in the centre of midfield. Oh, that's a loose pass there from Cox, and Scotland are on the attack once again. Ailsa Wiley, she's laid the ball off there, but it's just overcooked. But they still have the free once again, and again, once Kidd is the player on the ball once again. Nice dangerous position there. Emily, she lays it off for Emily Maguire. Slips it back to Sarah Robertson. Lisa Deetlefs was there to intercept, and she's just pushed it over the sideline. So Scotland having some decent opportunities. They haven't quite penetrated the circle yet, but they're certainly forcing the issue there. Dangerous ball in, those allowed South Africa to release the pressure once again.
That's Gordon Shepherd in picture, in view. He's the coach of Scotland. He's obviously just looking at things, trying to see what he can do, what he can change.
Bunce rides a few tackles there to win a free once again. And then it's another little loose deflection, first time pass down the right wing, so Shelley Russell has the chance to formulate another attack for South Africa. Anita Bobbs now in possession. She's been chased by Ali Bell. It's a nice tackle there by Emily Maguire. And she's released Kidd once again down the right side. It's Nicola Lloyd now in possession. She's under a bit of pressure from Lenice Moraes, but she gets the ball away to Kidd, who allows them to reshape themselves and get the ball going around the back four. It's Merchant, centre back, and on to McGilvery. It's a nice take by Ralph. And then, yeah, they're moving the ball around reasonably well at this stage.
Yeah, Scotland are very good at this. They create a diamond at the back, very spread out. If they get intercepted, obviously we saw it earlier, that can be dangerous, but it gives them good opportunities to go forward, spreads out the opposition. It's hard to press.
Yeah, then what it looks like to me is they don't take the ball into contact too much, and so therefore they, able to move the South Africans around and maybe, find some good space to maybe down the two flanks.
Absolutely, Stephen. They look to move the ball about in that diamond and then look for the channels to hit through high to inside forwards, and they attack very well from there, as we've seen before, particularly against India.
It's a nice ball from Deetlefs into the midfield, into Silette Damons, who goes on a bit of a run. Marcia Cox takes it on and then passes to Terre Blanche, who's played it on to Duplessis, to Evans, who has drawn the foul and got another 5-metre free, which Terre Blanche will take. She's found Evans and passed it into Damons, but she can't control the near post, and that's a Scottish free out.
Just unfortunate there on the baseline. She eliminated quite a few players by the pass along the baseline, took out I think 3 Scottish defenders, and if she stopped that, it was danger for Scotland, but luckily enough it went over the baseline.
I mean, she's put a little bit of height on that ball there. I mean, is that something that's coming more and more into the game, just to give that extra couple of inches, just to make it harder for the defender to actually get a touch in and so forth?
It's very much a feature of the modern game now, where you get lifted balls, 3D skills, and very difficult to tackle. Ailsa Wiley in the attack here, down the right hand side baseline, good shot, good save.
Yeah, it's a great stop there by Van Deventer, but they haven't cleared the danger fully. It's still another Scottish attack, but Detlefs is intercepted once again and cleared the danger just for temporarily. It's another right wing free. It's Nikki Kidd who's going to take it. She's faced by Taryn Bright and Nicoline Terre Blanche. There's not much room to manoeuvre out there, but let's see what she can do. Emily Maguire makes the run, but it's intercepted by Bright. Celia Evans has taken it on. She's flicked it through there for Bright. She found the foot, and that'll give. Okay, it's might have been in a little bit of danger of a green card there. She didn't get a full contact in pushing the ball away, but just a little warning suffices for the moment. It's Shelley Russell now on the right wing, and she's managed to keep control of it there. She's got Duplessis overlapping, but she doesn't need her. She goes and crosses herself. Ball takes a little bit of a deflection and comes up dangerously, but she's actually earned the free in as a result. So it's Russell again on the ball.
playing very well on the right-hand side here. A lot of the attacks, South African attacks, have stemmed from this side. Obviously the goal, and she's doing very well, getting channelled, and Scotland just need to work out how they're going to defend against her. One channeling, one coming in to make the tackle.
It's Lillian du Plessis under a bit of problem. She's surrounded by 3 players. She gets the ball away, but Scotland do pick it up through Merchant. And Scraston was the intended recipient there, but Russell knocks the ball out for a sideline ball. And it's Scotland to have a chance to move the ball around once again and get the ball clear. The overhead, though, is intercepted by Detlefs, and Marcia Cox in the midfield is the one who picks it up. One of the veterans of the sport. She's got well over 300 caps, and certainly is the ticking heartbeat of the South African midfield. But on this occasion, the ball goes harmlessly over the end line, and Scotland have the chance to reorganise once again. Looks like Merchant once again is going to be the one who gets the ball moving. Nikki Kidd's showing for her in midfield. She's the one who picks it up. Nice little layoff. But Silette Damons is closing in on Merchant, and it's quite a bit of pressure. They're putting on a fairly high press here.
Very high press. They've gone man-to-man midfield just behind that. Scotland have 2. Ali Bell just picking up the ball here, and Scraston on the other side, and good pressure. But Scotland played well to get out there. Did well. Yeah.
But they've been intercepted in midfield, however, and so South Africa have another chance to get themselves moving. Lillian du Plessis plays the ball across. I think Damons was the intended target, but she's actually just run off the side of the pitch to be substituted, and Taryn Bright picked up the ball instead. Detlefs with the overhead into Terre Blanche. Her balls are judged high, and it's Scotland get the ball back, and it looks like Ward who's going to be getting the ball moving once again. Back to Merchant. On to Davis. She had an initial look down the sideline, see if she could get the ball away first time, but thought better of it, and now is under a bit of pressure from Chamberlain. But and Chamberlain indeed has actually won the free there, so Marcia Cox looks like she's going to try and start another attack. She plays it across to Terre Blanche. Again, that's the second time in the last 2 times that she's received the ball, she's actually put it up dangerous, and so yeah, it's a bit of a let off there from Scotland. There's a good attacking position for South Africa.
It was good pressure for South Africa initially to win the ball. Davis was put under pressure, and the wing press on the left-hand side, therefore Davis was unable to play the ball back.
That's a nice take by McClellan there in midfield initially to get herself a bit of space, but she was quickly honed in on by the South African midfield, who formed like a triangle around her and took the ball off her, but she did well to win the free. Davis played a nice ball forward, and it's got a nice first-time touch by Robertson, but there wasn't somebody on the end of that in the circle, allowing South Africa the chance to move on. Celia Evans now in possession, but she leaves the free for Marcia Cox. It's into Taylor. Bit of a stick chop there, and so South Africa hold on to possession. Back to Detlefs. Great ball through forward to Kelly Madsen, who goes on a little bit of a run. But, it's a nice tackle there, and Scotland get the chance once again to clear the danger. So I mean, what have you made of Scotland so far in this tournament? I mean, they've had a few good results and maybe a few kind of mixed ones. Maybe the highlight being the 2-2 draw against Korea.
Yeah, I think Scotland played particularly well in this tournament, playing India, who are ranked above them, beating them 3-0. Good attack here, good opportunity for Scraston, driving into the D.
Yeah, it's good effort by Scraston. She's miscued her shot a little bit there, but yeah, I thought that was good confidence from the goalkeeper Van Deventer not to actually stick a leg out. It seemed to go perilously close to actually slipping in the left-hand post.
Yeah, very confident play from the keeper. Yeah, going back to Scotland, I think they've done very well. Obviously beating India 4-0. Opportunity for South Africa.
Yeah, it's Celia Evans on the attack down the left wing. She takes it into the circle, but that's a great tackle there. It just intercepted her at the last. As I say that, I've obviously misjudged it. It looks like she may have found a foot, Celia Evans, and won the first corner of the game. So big opportunity here for South Africa in the 15th minute to extend their lead. It's one hell of a counter-attack. I mean, that just came from straight from the shot from Scraston on the far end. Straight away, South Africa on the attack.
Yeah, we can see it's a scoop pass over the top, and it eliminated the Scottish midfield, put her 1-on-1 going into the D, and unfortunately for Scotland, they obstructed her in corner.
says Bobs, and Detlef's at the top. Detlef's with the sweep, and that's saved really well there by Amy Gibson. She's managed to get a good, powerful boot, not only just to save it, but also just to kick it clear and make sure it goes out for a long corner, and no rebound opportunities.
You see here, it comes out and a slap hit in. Looking for the deflection, Amy holds strong and deflects it out wide. It was a fantastic save to get it safe on the back of the save as well, so great play.
Detlef's corners have been a bit of a feature for South Africa. They're missing one of their all-time best players, Peter Couture, who's the world record goal scorer, and yet who's a penalty corner expert. But even without her, they've used Detlef's, who's scored up 2 or 3 in this competition so far, and you know, it's been a particularly useful avenue for them, always with the sweep hit rather than the drag flick as used by many other teams.
No, she's done particularly well, and when you lose a player like Coatsy, the number of goals she has, she's scored over 200 goals international level, so it's fantastic. It's a big loss, big miss, but they've replaced it well. They've dealt with that loss well.
It's an excellent tackle in midfield by Ralph, and Emily Maguire gets it moving quickly down the left wing. Linda Clement just taking on Quinita Bobs. She wins her free just on the edge. Maguire is the one who's going to take it. But she's blocked at the first hurdle by Bobs, and Costin attempts to get it clear. However, Scotland have got it back. It's McGilvery gets the ball across. That's and it's just unlucky. Nobody at the right post just to get it, the depth to touch to get it in.
It was a great play by Susan McGilvery there. She made the tackle, dragged it wide past the defender, pulled it out. Great reverse stick shot across the back post. And just unfortunate, Linda Clement just isn't quite there to touch it in.
I mean, is that you know, again, a growing part of the game? I mean, would she have predicted, you know, that she'd actually be taking the ball on the reverse and firing it across there? Or I mean, did she look like she was a little bit slow to see the dangers coming that way?
I think it just might have been the initial placement where she was initially when Susan made the initial tackle. Susan McGilvery's very much part of her game. She's got a great reverse stick hit and pass.
So Bright now in possession. She's gone for the big wind. It's just gone harmlessly over the end line. So Merchant's about to get us back up underway. So Nikki Kidd there, I mean, she was named in the English Hockey League's Team of the Year. I mean, tell us a bit about what she brings to the party for Scotland.
She's quite a dynamic player, very fit player, up and down the pitch all day, and she's got a great drag flick. If Scotland can get a few corners, then create an opportunity for Nikki to hopefully slot it away for them. But yeah, she's a very important player to this squad, adds a lot, and a great team player.
Marcia Cox fires one through the circle once again. It's gone aimlessly through, but they do pick up the long corner. It gets a little bit of a nick, and so therefore Shelley Russell gets a chance to get the ball moving from a nice long corner. She plays it into Cox. She's surrounded by 2 players, but maybe she gets a bit of space. It's a nice little turn. And deflects away for the long corner. So McGilvery under a huge amount of pressure there from Russell and Chamberlain. Can she get out of there? She's managed to find the foot of Russell, and yeah, she kept nice and calm there under quite a bit of pressure.
Yeah, she had great composure there on her 50th calf. It was really good play by Susan McGilvery there. Releases the pressure. Scotland are able to step up the pitch now.
It's McGilvery once again. She bashes it up there to the left wing up to Lloyd. She's under a bit of pressure from Detlef. It looks like she's got a yard or 2, and she's gone right to the baseline. Can't keep it in. Lloyd into Maguire, but Russell managed to just get the stick in and put it onto her foot. Quinita Bobs now plays it off to Detlefs. Under no pressure, she bides her time, sees if she can pick out a pass. Bit of a stalemate developing there, but she eventually makes her pass, and it's intercepted by McGilvery. So maybe with all that time, she still couldn't find a particularly effective pass, and Scotland on the attack.
Scotland have had quite a bit of possession in the South African 25, but they haven't been able to penetrate yet. Just hope they've got a free hit just outside the 25 here, so hopefully moving the ball around and being able to hit it straight into the D.
McGilvery's pass doesn't reach its intended recipient, and South Africa get the chance to maybe pick a pass from Detlefs to get them moving again. So she works the ball out to the left to Murray. Back out to Detlefs. Back to Murray. On to Costin, who tries to dig her way down the left wing, but she's given the ball away. And Vicky Bunce on the attack with a trademark on a fairly pacey run. She makes her way into the circle, but that's where her run comes to an end. Taryn Bright picks it up. She clears it out to Lillian du Plessis, but just over the sideline. So Scotland still penning them back. Back to Ralph, who works back to Merchant. Yeah, it's good interception there by du Plessis, and Sylette Damons get a chance to open her legs. She's fired a great ball through there, but it's just gone beyond Kathleen Taylor. That is a huge opportunity, I think. I mean, if she managed to connect with Taylor, I think she's through one-on-one.
Yeah, it was a fantastic opportunity. She showed great pace, and then she'll pick up to drive away from the Scottish defenders. Opened up the channel in the middle. If they picked up in the top, she would have been in at top D, one-on-one with the keeper.
It's a great long ball, and from the back, but just wasn't able to get the control, and so South Africa let off the hook there. It could have been a very good chance.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity there. It would have been 2-on-2 going into the South African goal. Eliminated the entire forward line in midfield there with that one pass.
That's a lovely little interchange. 1-2s between Taylor and Costin down the left wing, but they overrun it a little bit, and Scotland back on the attack, attacking down the right wing. It's Ailsa Wiley who's managed to pick up the free there in the right-hand corner. Now what can she do with this 5-metre free? She lays it off to Bunce. She's big wind, but Taryn Bright's the one to pick it up. Good interception there. Du Plessis, reverse stick clearance. It hits a foot, and South Africa get a chance to relieve the pressure. Murray across to Detlefs. Over to Manson. And Damons now, she's managed to pick up the loose ball. She's racing forward. She's been chased by Ralph, but she's racing into the right-hand side of the circle. Big wind, but that's gone dangerously across the face of the goal. That's another great opportunity for South Africa on the counter. Just Damons picking up the scraps and racing down into the space.
It's fantastic play by Damon. She had such great pace to get away from the Scottish defence. You see here, she's driving the right-hand side. I think she's got more time than she thinks, and she maybe rushes the shot a little bit, drags it and lifts it wide, so it's dangerous play.
I mean, do you think that probably the option was to try and do more of a clip hit to Taylor at the left-hand side?
I think she had more time than that. I think she could have drove round and obviously connected with the girls coming out the back post a bit better.
It's Terre Blanche with the big ball into the circle. It's just gone beyond Costin, though. And the ball drifts harmlessly away to the left-hand corner. Merchant now to get the ball back in play. What have you made of South Africa so far in this tournament? They're unbeaten so far, but you know, have they matched your expectations?
I think the result that stands out is the win against USA. They've been solid, not as exceptional as I thought they would be, but you know, they've obviously got some class players throughout their team. They're a very strong team here.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming into this tournament. You know, they're preparing for the World Cup, as I understand it. I mean, this is pretty much the guts of what's going to be going to the World Cup. Maybe Coetzee will come in, or maybe Jade Main is another one who's injured. But you know, it's a particularly strong outfit that's going forward. Anyway, Bright back in possession. Pass out to Manson. Into Terre Blanche. She managed to win a sideline ball off McGilvery, and they move it on again. Marcia Cox. Nicely flipped pass, but unfortunately the ball's been brought back for an earlier free, and so Terre Blanche didn't have a chance to take that on. Manson will take the next one. She picks out Taylor with a lovely pass down there, and then she's won the long corner. It's a fairly timid little reverse pass, but Damons has managed to win the ball back after the Scottish interception there from Wiley. And Taryn Bright now has got a chance to pump it in. But a little push there from Durkee Chamberlain allows Scotland to pick up a free and clear the danger.
It's a great quick free hit by South Africa. They moved the ball very quickly after getting the foul and opened up the channel, gave her time to play it in, and scrappy in the D, but Scotland able to clear it eventually. You can see her good pass in, deflects off the first attacker. Good tackle in the end, and foul pushed over in the end.
It was a nice touch though by Taylor, who managed to redirect it just at the first instance, just outside the circle, you know, and make it a difficult ball for the Scottish defence to clear. That's Ward, who's just managed to bat that fairly awkward ball just over the sideline and make sure that South Africa aren't through in behind the Scottish defence. Terre Blanche though plays it forward to Taylor. Chamberlain now picks it up in the right corner. It's a good tackle though from Merchant, and she gets a free for her troubles, and that's a solid piece of work low down.
South Africa pressing quite high now and putting the Scottish defence under pressure.
I mean, tell me about that. I mean, South Africa seem to have swapped between a high press and maybe like a pocket press at different times during this half. I mean, when you played, did you have, at international level, would you have 2 or 3 presses that you'd like to switch between during the games?
Yeah, it's very difficult to maintain the same press throughout the entire game. You generally did have maybe 2, 3, 4 different presses that you would do at any point in the game, maybe do it for 5-10 minutes and then move on to the next one. It's very difficult to keep a high press with the intensity the game's played at consistently for 5-10 minutes. You need to back off and have a break at times.
Scotland's having a few troubles clearing their lines there. McClellan getting into a little bit of danger. Merchant's flick doesn't get the requisite distance. It allows South Africa to get back into possession. Terre Blanche lays it off to Manson, and South Africa setting the base once again. They find Detlefs, plays it out to Murray on the left hand side, but she has missed a bobbling ball. A little bit of a bounce there. She did her no favours, and Scotland can attack. Lloyd plays it through to Bell. She's taken on Detlefs. Well, that's a solid tackle. She's got a nice little poke on the ball there and relieved a little bit of pressure. Nikki Kidd with the right wing cross. It's taken a little bit of a deflection from Bell at the near post, but nothing unduly to trouble the South African goalkeeper Van Deventer. Manson plays it into Cox. So often the person in midfield to be taking the ball on. Terre Blanche then finds Bright. This attack's got a bit of pace about it. Russell's moved it forward, but Merchant once again. She's intercepted well, but Russell's followed up brilliantly. She found Bright on the left wing, and she's worked it in. And this free shot there for Taylor, but it's been cleared away to the right-hand side, and Scotland get away with that one. There's a great bit of pace there to the initial part of the attack, and they still managed to get the shot away with Taylor, albeit under a bit of pressure.
No, it was great play by Russell in the pick-up off Merchant, and she drove in very well and played it in, and super played it, just squeezed the shot. The ball just fell behind her, unfortunately, and she couldn't quite get the shot on target, but it was good play.
It's very, very much the midfield trio of Russell, Bright, and Cox, who are leading the show for South Africa. Russell's once again on the attack. She's worked it into the circle, but on that occasion there's a bit of a loose stick there, and the foul has gone to Scotland, and they're on the attack. They've got a nice little counter opportunity here. Linda Clement, 34-year-old, attacking in the left wing. It's a good tackle by Terre Blanche to guide the ball over the sideline, but Bunce has it straight away. She's taken a quick hit, and Manson's picked it up, and at the second attempt she's managed to get the ball away, but given away a free in the process, so Bunce will have another go. She finds the foot of Terre Blanche, and so Bunce can drive straight through. And they've given a free out there for Bunce flipping the ball into the circle after not having gone the 5 yards, I believe. Can you explain that one?
Not really. She did very well. It was super skills by Vicky Bunce. Lifted it into the D, but generally starting the dotted line, you drive in. Maybe it might have been the initial ball position that she was within the dotted line.
Okay. So Du Plessis with a nice layoff down to Davids. She's drifting left and being chased all the time. Davis there has gone well, but Shelley Russell bursts into the circle. She flips it back, but that's intercepted really well there by Morag McClellan, who just eases the danger with a calm bit of work. Shelley Russell, though, once again with her pace, is really causing all sorts of problems. There they are. And this time Davids gets it across. And Taylor, can she get it in once again? No, she's being crowded out. Russell with gets stick chopped, and it's corner number 2 for South Africa. Huge danger there created from the incursions by Davids and Russell.
Yeah, it was great play by Russell. She is the danger player. As I say, she's started the game very well. She drove in, and fantastic shot here, squeezed it in, but just Scottish defender managed to get their stick in or in the way and cleared, but stick tackle in the end there, and penalty corner for South Africa, so good opportunity again.
Yeah, I mean, the chances they're getting, they're not particularly clear-cut. They're getting some fairly scrappy ones. The ball not falling for Kathleen Taylor the last couple of times, so maybe they can do something more from this corner. Stunning stick stop there by Gibson. Nice slow sweep, but maybe Detlefs was hoping to get maybe just a couple of inches, a little bit of elevation, but Gibson's got down really well with the stick there to guide that away for long corner.
Yeah, you can see it here. She comes in, good slap hit. Again, Gibson gets down. It's been a feature of the game. A couple of the teams in the tournament have done this, where they've looked to slap it in and get the deflection just over the top of the keeper, and it's worked for USA a couple of times in the previous game, but South Africa just unable to connect there.
So just closing in the last 4 minutes of the half. Scotland trying to clear it there. And they work the ball nicely up the line to Robertson, but it's intercepted by South Africa. Taryn Bright under a bit of pressure there. It looks like we're going to have a first card of the game here. Bernadette Costin is the one who gets it for something that happened a couple of moments earlier. And so she'll take a little bit of a break. She looks a bit confused as to why she's got the card, but she'll still be sitting out some time no matter what. Juanita Bob's on the ball now. She lays off to Detlefs. Up to Cox. So since that early goal, Vishal, I mean, what have you made it so far? I mean, South Africa looking maybe dangerous on the break, but Scotland maybe holding more of the possession?
Yeah, I think South Africa have looked very good in the break. When they've intercepted in midfield, they broke at pace in behind Scotland and not had, as you said, clear-cut opportunities, but had opportunities nonetheless, 2 penalty corners. Scotland, I think, again, they've had a bit of possession in the 25 without the penetration at the other end, and Scotland, that hasn't been a feature of their game. They've been very penetrative in previous games, so let's hope in the second half or this half they can do better.
So it's Damons with a shooting chance. She's cracked that one across the face of goal after some good work by Celia Evans. It's taken a little, well, Evans thinks it's taken a little bit of a deflection off the Scottish defender, but the umpire thinks otherwise, and it's a free out for Scotland.
You can see here she turns on the ball and hits it across. Very difficult skill. Good ball across eventually, but unfortunately no one at the back post to nick it in.
Yeah, certainly a tricky position to be taking a shot from. Working away from goal and with the ball behind her. But Damons looks like she likes to have a go.
South Africa have dropped off to half court here now.
So Ralph on the attack. She's got a bit of space to run into, and she's picked the ball out there to Wiley. But she's not been able to control that one there. That's an unfortunate effort that she's let slip there.
It was a great opportunity as Katrina Ralph drove into the D. It was like the parting of the Red Sea. Great pass out to the left to her, and just unfortunately she couldn't connect with Ailsa Wiley in the D.
Munce. She plays it down the line. She picks out Clement. Nice little jink inside, but her ball goes up a little bit high and Detlefs bats it away. And Moraes is going to get the ball started once again. Maybe she's going to step off it. Detlefs with a long ball. Nice overhead, but it's just a little bit too far for Evans. And Davis is the one who's going to pick it up. McGilvery under a bit of pressure, and she's miscued her reverse. It's Chamberlain who's going to get the ball started once again, just outside the 25. Taryn Bright picks it up. Reverse stick pass, but once again it's gone straight through the circle and without a touch. It's a nice little turn in midfield there. Damons with a little bit of a robust tackle, but we play on. Nice bit of advantage there. Shelley Russell's intercepted, high ball. She passes it on to Damons, who's on the attack now. cutting into the middle. She's just been intercepted as she tried to pick out Chamberlain on the right-hand side, and McGilvery clears the danger.
It was a great interception by Susan McGilvery there. She opened up the channel, waited for the player to put their head down and make the pass, and they just stepped in and intercepted.
Fairly robust tackle there by Damons, but McGilvery holds on to possession, and she's got a bit of space now. And that's the last action of the half. 1-0, once again, just Shelley Russell. It's Shelley Russell's goal in the very first minute is the only thing that stands between the two sides. Just her calmly placed little push, which was missed by both Merchant and Gibson, was the only difference between the sides at this stage. I mean, fairly tight, fairly even battle.
Yeah, very even from both teams. A bit of a midfield battle. South Africa, I would say, probably have more of the play, more opportunities, and I think that's what their coach will be saying, that just to be a bit calmer, a bit more composed when they get in and around the D. From Scotland's point of view, I think when they break through into midfield, they look to need to make the high transfer a bit better, and if they can do that, they can attack in the offside, because South Africa are getting numbers round the ball, so when they attack down the right hand side initially, they need to transfer to the other side and hopefully open up the play a bit better.
So half time now, and it looks like South Africa, they're obviously in a good position to be going through to the semi-finals, along with Ireland and Spain, who were the earlier winners today. Ireland with 2-1 winners over Korea, with a bit of a smash and grab result there. Korea had all the chances. They had 12 corners, but Ireland managed to nip that one in the bud, and Spain managed to win the second game in a dramatic penalty shootout. After normal time, it ended 1-1. So it's now down to South Africa. So they're all fighting for places in the semi-finals, which take place on Saturday afternoon. Basically, Ireland will be playing against the winner of this tie at either 2 o'clock or 4:15 on Saturday afternoon here at the Glasgow Green Hockey Centre. And then the other side of the draw, it's going to be Spain playing against either USA or India in the late game. That one gets underway at 8:15. USA probably be the clear favourites for that one.
Yeah, for me, they've been one of the standout teams in this tournament. They've been particularly strong. Apart from that one result against South Africa, they've been doing really, really well. Obviously coached by Craig Parnham, former GB ladies assistant at the Olympics. So very, very strong team.
Steve, Vishal, thanks very much for your comments over the course of the first half. Here at the International Hockey Centre in Glasgow at half-time, it's South Africa 1, Scotland 0. We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere, because we'll be back with live coverage of the second half just after this.
The buzz is just unbelievable just now. It's back in my hometown in Troon, everybody's talking about it, and just hopefully I can be part of that Scotland team, and if I am, it will be a memory I'll never forget.
Since joining Scottish Gymnastics, to compete at the Commonwealth Games, it's going to be my first Commonwealth Games, and no better place to do it than in our home country.
Commonwealth Games are really the only time you get to represent like Scotland on its own, and yeah, it's really special. It's like your own little family, really, when you're on the team. Go Scotland!
Do you know what? I don't think there'll be anything to beat it. You know, I competed at the London Olympics, and that was really special, but Glasgow, I think, will just be something else. Go Scotland!
It's very important getting to have the backing of the community, the country and that. I'd like folk to get behind you and enjoy what you're doing and appreciate what you do, and that's what I hard work's for. Go Team Scotland!
I think it's really important that people back Team Scotland. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for everyone to come together and support the team.
There's obviously going to be a great buzz around the city, and we're really looking forward to having these spectators come out and see netball. Netball's not one of the most profile sports that we've got here, so we're really looking forward to seeing how we can really engage with the spectators and show what netball's all about. Go Scotland!
Oh, the support will be huge. If everyone turns up, it's going to be a great atmosphere. There's nothing better than playing on a badminton court with the whole crowd behind you. It's a really great feeling, and I really hope to experience it.
Being from Glasgow myself, nothing more that you want to do in your career. Homegrown, in your city, all your friends, family can all come and watch. There's nothing really more you want. Go Scotland!
Being in judo is an individual sport, but when you're in that fight and if you're down the score, if you just need that extra lift. With Glasgow 2014 coming up and the massive Scottish team that we're going to have in Glasgow, it feels like a family. Go Scotland!
It's a huge honour and it's a pinnacle of anyone's career. I was fortunate enough to play back in Melbourne a few years ago now, where the whole experience was incredible. I'm sure that Glasgow can look to emulate that.
The atmosphere in Delhi was great, even when we're halfway across the world. So to imagine what it's going to be like in Glasgow when we're in front of a home crowd, it's going to be twice as good. Go Scotland!
This will be my first games and it'll be a home game, so for me it's, as much as it's a cliche, it will be a dream come true, and just to have that support and to have my family and friends support me at home games, it means everything to me. Go Scotland!
Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires, planets align.
Scotland invites you, our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
A homecoming to celebrate all that we are. Countless events, parties near and far.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.
So welcome back to the Glasgow International Hockey Centre here in Scotland. It's half-time in the third of four quarter-finals today in the FIH Women's Champions Challenge. It's South Africa 1, Scotland 0. Vishal and Stephen still with me in the commentary position up here as the evening grows just a little bit colder for everybody concerned. Stephen, we'll start with you. It was obviously a blistering start from South Africa. We can have a look at the goal here. Within the first minute, Shelley Russell taking the lead.
Yeah, they caught Scotland literally just cold in the first minute. It was about 45 seconds in. She just took a quick free hit. 45 seconds in, she just then raced in unopposed and then just rolled the ball across. I'm pretty sure this is probably meant to be a sort of pass, but yeah, Merchant and Gibson couldn't deal with it, and it ended up just rolling into the corner.
Vishal on her 50th cap, unfortunately for Amy Gibson there. She's going to look back at that and think possibly just maybe slightly wrong-footed, off balance, could have done better.
Yeah, I think it was difficult for her because she was looking at Becky Merchant, looking at her obviously to make the interception, because for me it was more of a pass towards back post and looking for the tip-in rather than a shot, but we'll give her the benefit of the doubt, and yeah, it was unlucky for Amy there. She'll probably be a bit disappointed, keeper of her class.
And then just towards the end, just to pick out another couple of highlights, South Africa had this chance from the short corner just in the run-up to half-time, Stephen, and Amy Gibson there making up for her earlier mistake with an excellent stick save.
Yeah, definitely. The South African corners through Detlefs have been a particular highlight for them so far this week. So it's good for Gibson. She read it well, got down low, got a good solid stick save to it. She also saved another corner earlier in the half, so she certainly was picking those so far.
Not many highlights for Scotland coming forward. They've failed really to make an impact, Vishal, despite dominating large parts of possession in that half. One moment that you picked out for us in the first half was this free hit that Scotland had with Vicky Bunce driving in and tripped, which would have resulted in the short corner. But what did you see there from the umpire's perspective?
Well, the umpire was signalling 5 yards, but I didn't see any other Scotland player. Well, there was a couple of Scotland players near her, but they weren't in active play, as it were. She picks up the ball here, marks on the dotted line, drives in, great lift into the circle, gets fouled. And for me, it was a penalty corner, but the umpire obviously saw it differently.
Well, as we've said so often, it's always in the eye of the beholder. Scotland's women will just need to lift their chins. They have 35 minutes more in order to claw back this one-goal deficit. It's certainly doable, Stephen. We've seen throughout this competition that anything's possible and teams can really turn around performances in the second half. Let's see if they can do it here. Scotland, South Africa going from right to left in this half, and Stephen and Vishal will take you through to full time.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of comebacks already in this this competition. So I mean, and it's only just the one goal, so I can see Scotland definitely making more than enough effort to get themselves back on terms. They've had decent amounts of possession and definitely had a couple of half chances, though they haven't had the full-blown chances and no corners to date. But having said that, they've just miscontrolled one there at the left back, and South Africa on the attack through Taylor, but she's taken the free too quickly. And Ward has a chance to clear the danger. She plays the ball into Maguire, but she's been dispossessed. Ward, though, picks it up once again. She lays it off to Kidd. Trademark kind of bounding style. She flips the ball forward, and she's been fouled by Cox. Maguire over the ball now. And Ward gets us back moving, back to Merchant. Sweeps it into Ralph. She puts her stick over the ball, but Shelley Russell's the recipient. She intercepts. She's probably one of the standout players of the first half, and she's tearing down the left wing once again. It's a good little touch from Ralph, though, that breaks up that attack. But Russell once again, she's going down the baseline once more. Oh, and a big chance there for Russell. She's fresh aired off the back of a good ball in from Chamberlain. That was a huge chance. If she'd have connected there, I think we could have seen Gibson having to pull off a huge save if it was going her way. But South Africa have their second corner, or their third corner. Damon's finding the foot.
Gordon Shepherd in your picture, obviously with a concerned look in his face. You can see the replay here. Just plays a lifted pass in. Just reverse stick back into the Becky Merchant's foot, and gets the corner for South Africa.
I mean, could she have done better there to cover her feet? I mean, it seemed a fairly innocuous little touch into the circle.
Yeah, when you're defending in the circle, you look to defend slightly differently than you are outside. Obviously, if you give a foul away, you're giving away a penalty corner, which is a great opportunity. So you look to back off, do a few dummy tackles generally.
So Taylor over the ball. Detlefs and Bobs are the ones waiting at the top of the circle. It's gone to Detlefs once again, and it's deflected in. I think that Shelley Russell might well have got a touch there, and it's 2-0 to South Africa. Shelley Russell once again with the goal. Detlefs has gone for the sweep shot, and then just in front of the goalkeeper, clever little move, and that's 2-0.
We'll see here again, the ball's pulled out. South Africa have tried this a couple of times, but just not made the connection for the lifted pass, lifted deflection, but managed to connect, play it slightly wider of Amy Gibson, and Russell puts it in. We can see it from the other angle here. Comes in, slap it, and Shelley Russell just sits out just outside the post this time, so makes the deflection. Good play, good decision by South Africa.
And Damon's on the attack once again. She's fronted up by Katrina Ralph, and she's done well, and Emily Maguire picks up the ball there and wins the free, able to clear the danger.
Yeah, Scotland are setting up now with 3 at the back and 2 kind of deep central midfielders. They're almost playing a 3-4-3, but what they really need is one of the forwards to come back into that central pocket to make the connection.
It's a booming long pass there forward from Lee Fawcett, but it's just gone beyond the rogue striker just at the far end. But Scotland have the long corner in a good enough position. Ali Bell, she takes it herself. She takes on Murray, wins the free. Maura McClellan then takes it on. She takes on Murray once again, who fronts her up. Lays the ball off to Fawcett, and the ball just slips over the sideline, and the danger is averted. Detlefs once again is the one who takes the free out. With her overhead, she's the one that they go to, but it looks like she's flicked that straight out into the sideline, and South Africa back under pressure. McClellan. Russell once again gets a tackle in. Celia Evans then takes on the ball. She wins her free. Marsha Cox swings it right. Taryn Bright in possession, lays it up to Detlefs. And up to Cox in midfield. Nice ball forward there to Taylor. And Merchant, though, nicks it off her. But then right back at her. Kathleen Taylor then picks it up and lays it off to Shelley Russell.
Nice pass forward on her backhand. And she's picked up Russell again, overlapping. She's got away from the clutches of Merchant. It's Cox. And her shot skews wide. But it's Terblanche picks it up once again. And oh, it's right across the face of goal. How did Evans not get a touch on that? And Scotland clear quickly. Ali Bell racing up the right wing. She takes on Murray. Ball forward there, but Detlefs is once again the pillar at the back to intercept.
See the replay here. Picks the ball up wide. Reverse stick, crashes it across. Both forwards miss it. Luckily for Scotland, didn't concede another goal there.
Do you think that South Africa have stepped it up in this second half? They look to be creating quite a few chances.
Yeah, I think they're putting a lot more pressure on midfield. Oh, opportunity for Scotland. No, unlucky.
Bobbs does well there to nick the ball away from the Scottish forward just as danger loomed. And South Africa gets a clear once again. Detlefs. It was Bobbs there under pressure from Wiley, but she held her nerve well and turned away from the danger.
Scotland stepping up very high, but leave the space in behind.
Shelley Russell there with her 2 goals so far. The difference between the sides, 28 minutes to go. Player with Holcombe this season in England, along with a number of the Irish players actually, and a couple of the English international players. They got promotion up to the English Premier League with a pretty breathtaking season. And yeah, she's certainly carrying that form into the international season. So tackle there by Costin. She takes the ball off Bunce and starts a nice quick counter-attack. She's got Evans and Duplessis ahead of her, but she's still taking it on herself. She's being chased by Fawcett and Merchant in behind as well, and Bunce, but the triple team doesn't work, and Taylor's managed to pick it out. And once again, Taylor, and it's Bright. Oh, Bright kind of scuffed her shot, just dribbled just wide of the left-hand post. Huge chance for South Africa there, all down to the nice little slip pass from the left wing.
Did very well here. South Africa eliminate 3 Scottish defenders. Bit of a melee, gets it in. Deflection, just unlucky, just past the post. And Duplessis can't connect there in the end.
Yeah, it's one of those ones pretty hard to predict when they miscue the shot in, you know. But if it had gone cleanly, I think Duplessis might well have got the touch to deflect that one in. That's Bell winning the free. She lays it off to Bunce. She draws another foul. As that Scotland make about 2 or 3 substitutions there, freshening up their back four with McGilvery coming back in and Davis also back in the fray. It's Jaws Bonnet, the Belgian coach. Oh, sorry, yep, the South African coach. He's been with the side a couple of years now. And Bob's in possession.
Scotland just need to be careful here. They're panicking a little bit, trying to get possession back quickly from South Africa. They're pressing up high here, but just need to be careful. They're giving them a few opportunities, need to get their composure back.
Scraston's won that one well. She looks to lay it off to Merchant. He eventually gets it there. She tries to find McGilvery, but it dribbles over the sideline. But McGilvery's going to get the ball moving once again. Picks out nice skip pass across. And the ball's worked nicely out to Bunce, who plays it first time to Clement, who's got a bit of space down the right wing. She one-on-one, but Murray gets a nice tackle in. Bunce again. She takes on Costin. I think she's got away from her. Works it into the circle. This is going to be a 5-yard free. And McClellan tries to take it quickly, but she took it too quickly, not from the right place, and the umpire hasn't enjoyed that, giving the free against her.
That was unlucky. It was good play by Vicky Buston initially. Great 3D skills. Just outside the D. Good breakdown of play by South Africa. And Scotland just unlucky. Trying to take quick free hits, trying to increase the tempo in the 25.
Scotland with a high press. Now they're pushing forward quite a bit. Bob's under a bit of pressure there, but she's managed to win the free. She's gone big with it. And she's almost picked out Chamberlain, who was lurking just behind the last Scottish defender. Ball just a little bit out of reach of her, and Scotland are back at square one. Aileen Davis taking the ball on. She goes long herself, Game getting very stretched now. Detlefs, though, reads the danger well and takes down the bouncing ball, lays off to Marcia Cox. It's played up to Davids. Bunce is terrorising her, though, from the back, and she's managed to win the ball, albeit illegally, and so therefore South Africa back in possession. Davids is going to be the one to take it. She lays off to Manson. And on to Terre Blanche. Nice interception there by Davis ahead of Damons. Terre Blanche, though, takes it on quickly, attacking in the right wing. And McGilvery with the tackle. Terre Blanche, though, retains the ball. Reverse stick ball into the circle. Taylor, though, just can't control the bouncing ball, and Scotland have a bit of a reprieve. So Merchant. Just a little bit outside of the reach of McClellan, though, and South Africa back in possession. Shelley Russell on the attack once again. She's taken on McClellan. Reverse stick cross. It's gone up dangerous, though.
Great pace and skill again shown by Shelley Russell. Just fortunate with the cross there in the end. Lifted, and Scotland able to get possession back and start from the 16 again. Scotland have changed their formation slightly, pulled Linda Clement back into a pocket just in front of the midfield here, so hopefully they'll be able to get the ball out a bit better.
Yeah, they certainly stretched the pitch quite far. They're sitting with the one striker very far up the pitch, and South Africa looked like they're also doing likewise. That they're written, so this is going to make for a very open game, I think, for the next 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think Scotland have just changed slightly. They had 3 forwards really high up the pitch and were looking to hit down the wide channels, but now they've brought 2 forwards back in just in front of the midfield to make better connections, hopefully to connect up out of the 16 now.
Russell. She lays out to Murray. On to Detlefs. On to Manson. And Chamberlain. Kathleen Taylor in possession, but she gets into a little bit of a tangle, and Emily Maguire takes advantage to flip the ball away from her and win the free. Ralph gets it out to Davis. She attempts the long ball. Marcia Cox, though, intercepts it's high, but Scotland win it back straight away. And they've got a bit of a 4-on-3 at the moment. Bunce is in the attack. She takes it on. It's a nice first time pass, but Morace has done really well there to take that away from 2 Scottish attackers. Shelley Russell now to clear the danger. She's under a bit of a pressure. She got Kidd and Lloyd in close proximity, but she still managed to find the foot. Murray there's a brief delay there in the whistle going, but Cox was demanding a free and eventually got it. Maurice gets it back into play. Detlefs. On to Russell, left midfield. She started the game on the right hand side, and now she's been racing down the left hand side for most of this half.
Yeah, good play by South Africa there, and Russell in particular picked up the ball in a difficult situation, turned away from the danger and then drew the foul.
Cox's ball has found its way to Duplessis. That's a lovely touch from Sylette Damons. She's into the circle, lines up a reverse. No, open side, but she's cracked it just. It's skewed it off to the right-hand side, and Duplessis wasn't able to pick it up, albeit I don't think she could have ever predicted that it was actually coming to her.
That was a great first touch by Damons in the middle of the pitch. You can see here, well, she picks it up and drives into the D, turns, fakes to hit reverse stick, fakes, and just squeezes it wide.
Yeah, it's just hit the toe of the stick there and it's skewed away from Duplessis. Otherwise, that could have been a huge chance. So Manson's taking the ball on at the right back area under a bit of pressure. There's 2 Scottish players closing in, and as a result, they've managed to win the ball back. Bunce claims a foul, but she's getting no dice out of the umpires there. She just feels like she took a bit of a blow to the face and dramatically raises her arm in the air. But She's going to have to get back into the game quickly. The ball's now worked out to left back, Murray. She dummies a hit pass and then picks up Davids, but Davids has miscontrolled the ball and Kidd is back in possession. She's attacking down the right wing. Nice ball down the right wing. But that's a savage tackle there from Marsha Cox, showing all her experience. Albeit then. And then Davids has just somehow managed to keep the ball in on the left-hand side. To be honest, it looked like it had just slipped over the sideline. But anyway, Bunce tries to take on Damons, wins her free in the middle of the park.
Scotland have just lifted the intensity over the last 5 minutes or so. They're pressing a lot better, winning the ball much higher up the pitch, and hopefully they can make this count because they need to score a goal soon to get back in this game.
It's got a little bit fractious there in midfield. Damon's giving away a free there, and Bunce having her moment there a second ago. Maybe as the intensity ratchets up, with Scotland going for a more aggressive approach now.
Nikki Kidd's going to get spoken to here, hitting the ball away.
So it's a 2-minute suspension there for Nikki Kidd for hitting the ball away. She protests her innocence, but the cards have been shown.
The keepers needing, South African keepers, just adjusting their pads here, so just stoppage in the play. Teams will come in, get some instruction, go in a huddle.
I mean, do you reckon this might be a tactical taking of the knee by the goalkeeper? I mean, at this stage, I mean, Scotland have upped the ante quite a bit in the last few minutes, and maybe they need a little bit of a breather, a bit of a chat about how they're going to reorganise.
I think, yeah, absolutely. I think it shows good experience from the keeper. They've been under the cosh for the last 5 minutes. You just bring them in, reorganising, and Scotland had a chance there as well, opportunity to speak about it, so hope they can step that up with Gordon Shepherd giving some instructions there as well.
So play's going to restart with a free just at the kind of left back area with Lenice Murray is going to take it. She's got Shelley Russell just to her left, Marsha Cox in midfield, who might make a little burst to receive the ball, and Lisa Dietlefs just centre back. And the ball's worked, nice little triangle up to Russell, but she's tackled. Ali Bell takes it on. Elsa Wiley, she takes on Dietlefs, and it's a corner. She's been accused of pushing the ball over the end line deliberately, and Scotland have their first corner of the game. Big chance to get back into the game with 19 minutes to go. South Africa leading by 2-0, but this is a big chance.
Yeah, unfortunately for Scotland, Nikki Kidd, their drag flicker will just be off the pitch. We'll have a look at it again. Ilse Wiley driving down the right-hand side, great pace, and tries to get a touch in there, so maybe a little bit unfortunate, but good for Scotland. Penalty corner.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was a huge amount in that. It looks like she just got a little bit of a touch and the ball rolled over the end line, but there we go. Tough standards.
Yeah, Nikki Kidd just on the sideline Sinbind here, so might look at a couple of other options. Becky Merchant switching it across. Davis going in, just unfortunate, not able to get the touch in at the end there.
Yeah, it was a tricky time for Scotland that they had Kidd in the sin bin that for the occasion, for their one penalty corner so far. But
you can see it again, played it to Becky Merchant. She switches it across to Emily Maguire, stops it for Davis, trying to get in the back post there. And Wiley, just unfortunate, the angle was just down the middle of the pitch and keeper was able to pull off a good save.
It was a nice move now. They did get into a nice shooting position, but maybe they should have tested the keeper more. She got down low, Van Deventer, but wasn't unduly troubled by the looks of things. South Africa worked the ball out to Manson. Du Plessis miscontrols it there, and Scotland winning it back. Managed to work the ball out to Fawcett.
Scotland doing really well here. They're down a man, and they're still able to move the ball out quite easily. Great play by Scotland.
Ali Bell taking on Murray down the right, cuts inside. Costin comes over to help out, but Ali Bell's on the attack once more. I think she's going to get another free in there now. Another dangerous position for Scotland. Nikki Kidd's going to take it on this time. She works her way to the right, does a little bit of a clip hit, goes up dangerous, but Marsha Cox bats it away. Plenty of people calling for both sides, so that could have been a bit of danger. That could have been either a corner or a free out, but nothing given either way, and so Fawcett then is back in possession to start the game once again. She plays it all the way back to Davis.
Yeah, South Africa just sitting at half court now, looking to, you can see it again. Martha Cox bats it over the top of the head, and yeah, I suppose you could say it's not dangerous, but Good
yeah,
composure.
you could argue a couple of things. I mean, it may have came in dangerously, and then her clearance may well have been dangerous. So, I mean, I can see why both teams would be claiming for something, but however, it's gone now. So into Bright in midfield. She skates away from the Scottish attacker, lays it off to Bobbs. She's under a bit of pressure though. Two Scottish attackers closing in, Wiley and Kidd. She wins the sideline free though. And gets the ball away to Murray. She plays it out to Detlefs. And out to Terre Blanche. Nice ball down the sideline. That's a lovely touch from Lillian Duplessis through the legs and gives Sulette Damons another chance to go on the run. She's laid the ball through to Costin. That's a savage save there by Gibson. She's managed to get a great touch in, but has she reset? Lillian Duplessis takes the shot. And the balls bounce up dangerously, but the South Africans has thrown a rogue stick in there, and that allows Scotland to relieve the pressure. It's a great little touch from Duplessis. Cox into Duplessis, and a great save.
Super play by South Africa. Fantastic break by South Africa. They're showing our pace again. Devastating going through the middle of the pitch and opening up channels and chances for South Africa.
It's a lovely long ball and it's been picked up just in the corner. Oh, just out of reach for Sarah Robertson. But having that high player out there means he's relieving hits down the sideline. They can pick out runners like Robertson there who will pick the ball up. So there's Coach Giles Bonet. He must be reasonably happy with what he's seen so far. South Africa 2-0 up thanks to Shelley Russell's pair of goals. And they're back in possession now. Quinita Bobbs, nice little turn. She finds the foot of Nikki Kidd. Just not quite linking up for Scotland at the moment. They're giving South Africa too many chances to get the stick in and intercept.
Yeah, that initial period there that we had with 5-10 minutes of Scotland pressure, high intensity, they pulled it back a little bit, obviously needing a break and changing the formation, but they're pressing up high again, and hopefully they can restart that pressure that they had and start connecting again. I think the change in the middle of the pitch where they brought two forwards back to connect has helped a lot, and they're finding the ball out a lot better than they were.
Taylor's been set free there. Can she pick it up? She's managed to just about get there, and she's found a foot. Looks like but they're going to play advantage because Damons has a huge chance. She can't connect though, and Scotland clear the ball just about under huge pressure. That could have been good night. Marsha Cox intercepts once again. She turns her player, but loses the ball whilst doing so. Ali Bell now in possession. She's got 3 South African defenders ahead of her, so she lays the ball off to Bunce. Gets the ball back to Ralph, but she's been tackled by Costin illegally so though, and Scotland maintain possession. She goes for the crash ball in, and it just escapes the touch of Ali Bell, who's under pressure from Lillian Murray.
Good opportunity for Scotland, they're breaking, but South Africa just flooded back and covered the space very well.
It's fairly loose work around the back for South Africa though, as Taryn Bright tries to pass the ball back to Quinita Bobbs. Goes awry, and Scotland got a bit of a gift here. Can they take advantage of it? Scraston there trying to race in from the left wing. I think they're going to have to retake it and reset this free. And they go back around the houses. Taryn Bright though gets in a good tackle, and so Scotland have to work the ball all the way back. It's gone back to Merchant, then back onto Fawcett. Her big ball forward though is picked out Robertson on the right wing, and she's working the ball into the circle. She was fouled while she was doing it, so she gets another go after her ball into the circle was intercepted. Ali Bell takes it on.
They're just calling something. She saw in the D, so the hold-up was.
Crash ball in, and it's a sweep shot, but Scraston's chances cut short
Penalty
by the
corner.
umpire's whistle. She's given a corner. South Africa are not happy about it.
No, she's got a free hit, sorry Stephen.
I think she was initially given the corner, but after a little consultation from her fellow umpire at the far end, they've reversed that.
You see the cross ball in here by Lee Fawcett. Just comes up, I think off the foot of the Scottish player.
I think it came off the foot of Wiley there. And that was, the umpire at one end thought Murray had got the foot. So Russell with a nice turn. She gets away from a couple of players. She's surrounded by 3 but still maintains possession. Picks out Murray, who passes it back to her. She's intercepted by Clement though. She immediately looks forward, finds Robertson in the right corner. She takes on Detlefs. Good tackle there. Just nudging the ball away for a long corner. Vicky Bunce is the one who's going to take it on now. Russell, she nutmegs Russell there. It wins her free before Taryn Bright can make the tackle. And Bunce again. Russell though stays on her feet, doesn't dive in and waits for the mistake, and Bunce just loses possession, and a simple free out given there. Detlefs goes for the long ball. Once again she's just flicked it off the sideline. Merchant out to the left back, out to McGilvery. Under pressure from Chamberlain, and Chamberlain's managed to pick it off her, albeit illegally. So Maguire gets to play the ball back to Merchant. Merchant will move it on to Fawcett. And Bunce on the right wing. It's a good cross. Detlefs has miscontrolled it. And can Robertson get a chance? She's managed to nick the ball away, but the ball's gone out of the circle. And Murray gets another touch just to move it even further away from the danger zone. And Scotland have yet another free in there. They've had umpteen chances from these 5-metre frees, but haven't managed to get to cause too much danger. Lee Fawcett now in possession on the right wing. Russell again stays on her feet, and Damons with the reverse stick clearance.
Yeah, South Africa have had a lot of numbers around the free hit where Scotland have been inside the 25, and Scotland just finding it very difficult to penetrate through that. But they've had a couple of opportunities, a couple of half chances, but just not quite able to do anything yet.
Bright can't control fully, and so Clement picks it up, lays it off to Davis. She's got a player in the right corner, and she's picked her out. That's Vicky Bunce once again. Nice cut in. She got away from Russell, but Marsha Cox has picked it up once again. Celia Evans takes it on. She's running out of room, but with 2 Scottish players in attendance, but Scotland get the ball back, and it's Davis once again. She's been fouled by Evans. Pretty harsh whistle there, and I think there's a card coming. Yeah, it's a green for Celia Evans, so she'll take a 2-minute break, and Scotland will hope to take advantage of this. This ball in from Maguire, comes up high off Taryn Bright's stick, but high and over the last 2 defenders, and so therefore it's another long corner. Nikki Kidd takes it on. She's pumped it in. Bright's intercepted, and Bobbs completes the job. Duplessis now under a bit of pressure, but they've nicked it off her. Sarah Robertson and Emily Maguire doing good double team there. And she's worked that into the middle for Bunce. But Russell once again is the key one to intercept. That's been a key battle out here, and Sylette Damons is now once again using her pace to take on the defence.
Good channel and tackle by Becky Merchant there. Yeah, it was great play by Russell in the initial tackle and Vicky Bunce, and Damons used her pace again to release the pressure.
It's that woman Russell again. She lays the ball out to Cox. She miscontrols though, uncharacteristic, and so Scotland hope they can launch an attack here. There's Giles Bonnet. He's got 7 minutes for his side to see out if they're going to take up the 3rd semi-final spot from the games today, and joining the likes of Ireland and Spain in the final 4. Sylette Damons on the attack once more. She's taken on Merchant. Looks like she's got a little bit of space, but a little bit of miscontrol's got her, has allowed her to reel her in. Shelley Russell now picks up the play. Her little clip hit is blocked, and Merchant managed to get a key touch in to get the ball away from Damons. Damons takes it on. Another crash ball, another well blocked one. Vicky Bunce gets her stick in the way, but illegally so. And Damons lays the ball out to Cox. Nice little turn. She checks out, goes to Murray, moves the ball on to Detlefs. Intercepted though by Lloyd. And this could be a big opportunity. She drifts one way, then the other. Little reverse pass, and Clements hit the bar, and it's managed to work its way in. Looks like Emily Maguire managed to nudge it over the line, and we've got a serious game in our hands now with 6 minutes to go. Emily Maguire looking like she got the final touch after Linda Clements' shot hit the bar.
It was great play by Nikki Lloyd initially, making the interception. You can see her, she gets slowed up a bit, but she makes a great reverse stick pass. Great connection by Linda Clements. Unfortunately off the bar, and Emily Maguire is quick there to follow up, just nicks it in front of Marins there. It was great play by Scotland.
Yeah, she's been incredibly brave there with Murray. Looked like she was going to get there first, but South Africa is straight back on the attack. But Scotland managed to close it out. But Costin's now racing down the right wing. She gets the ball across, but Ralph this time intercepts and clears the danger.
You can see the goal here again. Nikki Lloyd plays it in. Linda Clement just lifts over the keeper, hits the bar, comes back off it. Moraine just comes in, and Emily Maguire just nicks in front of her. Great touch from the defender, Scottish player there. Great touch and goal.
Yeah, now it looks like Murray seemed to have the box seat there. She certainly was in front and in a much better position to clear that one away. But a fairly brave stick from Maguire, and there we go. We've got a serious game in our hands with 5 minutes to go. Scotland 1, South Africa 2. Costin almost leaves Bobs a little bit short there, but she managed to retrieve the ball. Gets the ball out to Taryn Bright, and she forces a sideline ball. South Africa looking like they might want to take a little bit of time out of this now, maybe kill the momentum. But Bright's overhead goes horribly short, and it's Kidd on the attack. She pumps the ball into the circle, and Murray cleverly leaves the ball. So Detlef's to get the ball underway. It's a nice diagonal overhead, but Terre Blanche was just out of range, and Davis takes the ball on. She plays it forward to Bunce, who steps over it, and it goes into Wiley, attacking on the right wing, taking on Murray. She's got away from her, but wasn't able to beat the second player. And Marsha Cox wins the free out.
Marsha Cox just calling forward at the back there, showing great experience, great leadership.
There's quite a few errors creeping into the South African game at this point. They've made 2 errors in clearing the ball out of defence. Taryn Bright, though, doesn't make any mistake there, and she managed to hold on to the ball, and tricky bouncing one, and then they scramble the ball away. But all Scotland now as they pile forward looking for a famous comeback. It's Lloyd on the left wing. She's tackled by Davids, but she's won the ball back deep in enemy territory. It's once again a long corner, so Kidd and Lloyd are over it. Kidd takes it on. She checks out to McGilvery. That's a high reverse stick cross, and it's an easy win for South Africa. That's nice, the cheap possession. They'll enjoy that little bit of relief.
It's amazing how much of a jolt a goal can give you. You can see an extra pace in the step of Scotland at the moment, and they're doing really well. A lot of pressure on South Africa. Scotland just transferring the ball. Davis on it, plays it out to Fawcett.
She checks out her options in front, but before laying it off to the back. Scotland playing with 2 very high forwards, with Lloyd and Clement right the way up top, but the ball forward there doesn't find either of them. They were much further over on the right hand side, so maybe a diagonal ball would have been the option. Gives South Africa a chance to clear the danger. Detlefs plays it out to Bobs. Just tipped over the sideline so she can move it on another couple of yards. Cox intercepts once again, and that's Taylor, who's had a pretty good game. She works the ball forward to Cox, lays the ball off to Costin. Good pace there. She's got away from Kidd. A nice right wing cross, and Damon's almost nicking in there, but good defensive effort to get the stick and just turn the ball over the end line. It's Costin once again. It's going to take the long corner. She found her way to Taylor, and it's another 5 metre free. So Cox over it. She takes it on herself, taking on Ralph.
I think she'll just look to keep it in the corner here. 2 minutes to go. If it gets tackled well.
Yeah, Maguire's done really well there because Cox certainly had intentions on moving the ball into the corner. That's McGilvery's moved it out to the right. Well, attempted to find the right back, but it's been given against Scotland, and it's a sideline ball on the left. And that gives Damons a chance to flip the ball into some space and then go for a bit of a run. And there she is, she's going for the corner. She's under a bit of pressure from Bunce. But whether she can run down 90 seconds, I don't know. She's lost the ball. It's Fawcett moves it forward. Bunce is ahead of her. It's a good tackle from Damons, just slowing her up. And Scotland working the way out to the left back. It's a nice quick transfer into McGilvery, but she's put it behind her player, and Durkee Chamberlain's been able to intercept that. And Marsha Cox now, she's under pressure from Maguire. Good little battle there. She's won her free though, and that's going to eat up another precious couple of seconds as we move into the last minute.
Yeah, I think South Africa will just look to move it out to the right-hand side probably and just keep possession of the ball.
So it goes to Bright, out to Detlef, out to Bobbs. And then fairly aimless ball down the right flank, but South Africa won't mind. It's a full 90 metres away from their goal, and Scotland have to rebuild. They work the ball up through Davis. She fires it back to McGilvery. She's miscontrolled slightly though, and that's allowed Taylor a chance to close in, but she's lost her footing, and that's opened the chance for Wiley now to take it on. But Bright has got a brilliant tackle in there, just a key one, just to flip the ball away from her, and Costin relieves further pressure, and Damon's in no hurry to get that one back to Marsha Cox. So it looks like the 2 goals from Shelley Russell with a key factor out here today. South Africa become the third side to go through to the semi-finals with 2 goals, both early in each half. Particularly impressive was Shelley Russell, first on the right wing and then down the left wing. Key midfield battle, hers with Vicky Bunce, and Shelley Russell though was the key woman in all of that. And they go through to join Ireland and Spain in the semi-finals. I mean, Vishal, what were your thoughts on how that all played out?
Yeah, it was fairly even, with South Africa just a bit more dynamic in the final third in the first half and made it count with the goal. Start of the second half, South Africa again pushed up and made their chances pay. But after that, that's what kicked Scotland into action, and they stepped it up in the second half. They stepped up the intensity, and eventually had sustained pressure for 10 minutes or so, and eventually got the goal from it. And from there on, they were good for about 5 minutes. We just couldn't get that next opportunity to put the ball in the net. But I think South Africa deserved win.
I mean, looking at the tournament at this stage, I mean, now they're playing for 5th to 8th, whereas South Africa are playing for the top 4. I mean, what does this represent for Scotland? I mean, is that a serious frustration given, maybe the Commonwealth Games coming up later this year?
I think the Scottish girls are really looking to step up, and obviously they've come into this tournament ranked 8th in the tournament. So from that point of view, even if they finish higher than 8th, they've done well. But I think looking in, they're looking to compete with teams like South Africa. They're looking to compete. They competed with Korea and they've beaten India. So they're taking that next step going into the Commonwealth Games.
And we have Jack now, who's going to be speaking to Shelley Russell, the player of the match.
For the match, congratulations. You must be delighted, first of all, with your own performance in that match.
Yeah, we set our goal. I mean, obviously this is the most important in the quarterfinals, so we're ecstatic with the result. I think the girls played out of their boots. I can hear a lot of people breathing heavily at the end, so we're very excited.
Scotland had a lot of the possession in that game. How much was it just about concentration as you approached the full-time whistle?
Yeah, Scotland put us a lot of pressure in the end. It's all about just keeping a calm mind, and I think we managed to weather most of the storm and keep them out. But it was a great game from them. So
Ireland to look forward to in the semi-final. They obviously had a big upset earlier today against Korea. That's going to be a tough game too.
Yeah, I think we've played Ireland, and they proved that it was a tough match. But we're excited to give them another go. So.
Well, good luck with the rest of the tournament. Shelley Russell, player of the match, everybody.
Yes, a top performance there from Shelley Russell. She was clearly the standout player in the game today, and her 2 goals of what's got them through to a semi-final date. That is going to get them through to play against Spain in the next round of the competition, I believe. and then, sorry, it's going to get them through to play against Ireland, whereas Spain are going to play the winners of USA and India, who will be the last match on today. I mean, what do you think about that coming up? Spain against Ireland, a bit of a repeat of the group stages where Ireland came from behind to get a draw. I mean, two very well matched sides.
Yeah, they're pretty even in the rankings. But I think it'll be a very, very tight game, just like all the games this tour. All the quarterfinals so far have been really tight by the odd goal.
Yeah, and coming up next is in the quarterfinals is United States and India, who are going to be fighting for their the fourth semi-final spot. And yeah, basically USA against India. I mean, you'd have to fancy USA for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think USA have looked particularly strong, and I think India brought quite a young team with them, so beaten by a few teams, Belgium 5-0, Scotland 4-0. So I think USA have got to be the strongest team.
You can, of course, get in contact with us throughout the tournament on Twitter on FIH_hockey, and also if you use the hashtag CC1, if you want to let us know how our commentary was, or what you thought of the game, or what you think is going to happen in the rest of the tournament, let us know your thoughts there. Yep, and yeah, South Africa obviously pretty pleased with themselves after a fairly gutsy win that they managed to get out there. Scotland, meanwhile, are in having their team huddle, and yeah, after their 2-1 loss, it was South Africa 2 goals from Shelley Russell, Scotland 1. And we'll be back shortly with the next match, which gets underway at 8:15.
Yeah, I think as a team we are very disappointed not to get a result in that game. I think we gave ourselves an uphill battle when we conceded a goal so early on, so that's something we'll certainly look at. Our first half, there was things at half-time that we wanted to change because we weren't that happy with our first half performance, and I think if we take anything from the game, we take the second half was better and we showed a bit of fight to try and get back into the game.
What can you say about the work rate of your teammates in that match? I mean, they were unflinching in the task ahead of them.
Yeah, well, I certainly don't think we can fault the work rate. We pride ourselves on being a fit team, and I think the effort we showed was not the problem today. I think we just need to be a little bit more clever at times, try and take some reward from the possession that we have.
Obviously, a lot of great support for you here today. You'll be looking to bounce back on Saturday, and what can you offer the fans that are going to be down here at the weekend?
Yeah, well, we can certainly say that we'll go away, we'll look at the video, we'll try and make improvements, and we'll certainly come back on Saturday ready to go and hopefully put a good performance in and get a result in that game, whoever it may be against.
Well, you'll have everybody here behind you. Ladies and gentlemen, please give your encouragement and support for Linda Clement and the Scotland women.
The best of Scotland is right on your doorstep this year. Hundreds of events are taking place across Scotland to celebrate Homecoming 2014. So you won't have to travel far to find them. Homecoming 2014, a year of brilliant moments right on your doorstep.